Hello and welcome back to me and my little reacting to Boys to Planet K, episode 2. First of all, for the viewers on YouTube right now, this is not the episode reaction, this is the pre-episode YAP SESH only. The actual episode reaction is a Patreon exclusive, links in the description. My cheapest tier to watch it is the Little Spoon tier, which costs $2.50 per month. Okay? But while you're still on YouTube, like and subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss my uploads, yada yada. Now to the episode YAP SESH. So, it's been a week since episode 1. In the meanwhile, I've rewatched the episode a couple of times at varying lengths. I've skipped through some parts. I watched some performances more than others. And I also watched the full performances, but I watched them with like half an eye on the screen and the rest of my attention on my phone. So I didn't write down any notes because I was still thinking like, am I gonna do a reaction to them? I don't think I will, but maybe I will watch all the full performances after this episode, because then it's all the like everyone I'm gonna watch everyone's performances then, right? Because I'm sure that some won't be aired at all, and then it's good for me to watch the full ones to get a full picture of who are the best boys. Okay, I'm gonna put my ladle down because I need to grab my trusty Boys to Planet notebook and go through all of the notes that I took last episode, and then also I'm gonna say who I still remember, who I still love, who I remember from the full performances did better, who did worse, and then also going to address the couple of elephants in the room. Right, so and one of them is in the very first group that performed in the previous episode. It was the Misfit and CTU group. So that one I really remember the full performance of, because it was the first one, and I remember they sort of did them dirty by putting them first, in my opinion, because no one expects the first group to be like absolutely amazing, and then they all got all stars, and it was like a whoa. So I was sort of I gave them all 2 stars, or I gave one of them even 1 star, but watching the full performance, I definitely agree with the all stars. They were a lot better in the full performance than even in the cut version, and maybe it was just watching it with the context of all the rest of the performances. They were really, really good. Possibly even like my second or third favorite performance overall. Yeah, might have been my third favorite performance overall. So really, really good. And I've really grown to like Park Dong-gyu. He was the leader of the Misfits group. He did the like solo vocal performance after he just like sang a little bit after the performance. They were really pushing him in the episode, which sort of pushed me away from him. But after rewatching the episode a few times, I've grown to really like him. He is really talented. He is a good leader. He has the looks. Park Dong-gyu, I like you. I also really like Arctic still. And Renshaw, I'm still like, he's grown on me a little bit. He was the one that I gave 1 star to when I first watched it. He's grown on me. I think is better than I thought before. And then coming to the first elephant, as I'm gonna call them, Kim Shi-hwan. Now, when I filmed my first episode reaction, I didn't know about any controversies surrounding any boys except for Leo, right? So I was told in the comments about 2 people, one of whom is Kim Shi-hwan. Now, gonna preface this by saying I really urge everyone to do their own research on these controversies and come to their own conclusions. I did that. I went looking, I scoured the Reddits, and I looked at where the allegations came from and how much evidence there was and how many things there were disproving it, and so I came to my own conclusions. I'm gonna tell you about my conclusions, but I urge everyone to do their own research on these things, because none of these are like cut and dry, right? So Kim Ji-won, widely he was accused of sexual harassment of a teacher at an old school and his male classmates. He took like non-consensual photos of them naked and sold those pictures or those are the allegations, allegedly, right? And then also he was just like an overall freaky deviant. He like watched porn loudly in class and things like that. So and these allegations, they came from multiple sources, multiple people who claim to be his old classmates, schoolmates, and there's nothing technically disproving it. I don't think there's any like concrete 100% evidence, so it's kind of a he said, she said, but and he also hasn't come out with an apology or anything, so we don't really know. But from the evidence that I saw, I choose to believe that the allegations are probably true. So going forward, I mean, I believe that Kim Ji-won hasn't been that popular anyway, so he most likely will just fizzle out of the show with probably no more attention given to him, no more votes. He'll just get eliminated. I won't like actively try to like I won't like close my eyes whenever he's on screen, but I obviously won't vote for him. I'll just I'll keep this in mind going forward. That he is not 100% proven to be guilty of these things, but the allegations are of an actual crime, right? So it's a pretty serious thing. I think we need to treat it with the seriousness that it deserves. Then the MC&D performance, I remember also seeing the full performance of that. It was the Bang 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 group. I thought that they were really lazy in the episode. I thought that they were a little bit better in the full performance because they cut out like a whole dance break that they did, I think. So there some of their talents shown through a bit more, but still they weren't the best. So my opinion didn't really change. The Boy in Love guys, the two 2010s, the 15-year-olds, they've really grown on me even more as well. I like them on first watch, right? But they're so funny. They're like fully like think one and think two, where they're just always making these little quips, and it doesn't even seem like they're trying to be funny. They're just so naturally hilarious. I love them. Yeah, I haven't voted for them or anything, but I like their inclusion in the show. Then coming to the second elephant in the room, Kim Gonum. He performed Sweat. I didn't like his performance really. I still feel the same way. The full performance didn't aid to that in any way. I don't remember it even, so it was like basically the same. So with Gonu, he's the other person who has accusations against him, and these ones are in a way more credible, in a way less credible. So, he was accused of basically bullying juniors of his at his previous company where he was like a team leader. He was like the oldest member, and he was leading the juniors, and then he was like actively bullying them and sort of mistreating them. These accusations, again, I'm pretty sure came from multiple sources. I don't know, this wasn't the one where, no, yeah, he was named in these ones. The thing that makes these extra credible is that one, like an old, I think it was a choreographer, someone who worked with that team that Gonu was leading, came out in defense of Gonu, but in doing so actually proved the rumors to be true. They basically said like, come on guys, yeah, Gonu did that, but he was under so much pressure, he was, stressed. That was just, him reacting to the whatever he was going through. So like I don't know if it was he or she, they were trying to defend Gonu, but actually sort of confirmed that the accusations were true. There were also like bigger things like apparently the company was using their funds to fly Gonu to Tokyo with like the higher ups, and basically was giving him they were giving him special treatment. That hasn't been confirmed as far as I know, but also Gonu did come out with an apology recently where he basically said like there's a lot of lies mixed in with the truths in these accusations, but there are truths in them, and for that he apologized. But I guess sort of he apologized to the fans for like disappointing them and not really to the actual people that he was bullying. So again, I feel like maybe the whole like embezzlement thing is kind of far-fetched, but the bullying mistreatment thing seems like it is true. And also, there's already rumors that he's been acting like a diva in the Boys Planet dorms. That, hasn't gotten confirmation. It's just, at first, it was someone unnamed that now recently the person who made the rumors said that it was about Gonu. So that's, another thing that's possibly happening. I truly do believe that Gonu is also going to fizzle out of the show. Because the people have largely made their judgment. I don't think he's gonna be getting votes. If he stays in the show for much longer, if he doesn't get eliminated, then it is pretty clear manipulation on Mnet's part, because they are also pushing him a lot. He was also one of the trainees involved in the whole Wake One thing, where him and Uchin, who I actually really love, turns out that they kind of were actually Wake One trainees, even though they were presented as individual trainees, but now their contracts have been severed, so now they are individual trainees. But that's sort of one reason why Gono could have possibly been pushed a bit in the episode, because Wake One manages the final group. They want probably a lot of their trainees in the group to avoid those conflicts with the other companies. But yeah, so I'm obviously not gonna vote for Gonu. I wasn't planning to anyway. I think he's gonna fizzle out of the show. I'm also not gonna ignore his existence, because he's gonna play a pretty big role in at least the next couple of episodes, with him being the Signal Song Center. So I'm gonna comment on what I see about him, and hope that he's gonna get eliminated soon. Yeah, that's it. Then the next group was the Hip group, who are still my absolute favorites, Kim Tae-chan and Yeom Ye-chan. Especially Ye-chan. I loved them when I first saw them. This is the performance that I've rewatched the most times in full and in the episodes. I never skip it. Like Gono's performance, I've skipped a lot. MCND's performance, I've skipped a few times. Hip, I never skip. That rhymes. I love them. I adore them. I think they are amazing and super talented. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the whole minors in the group thing at the end a bit more as well. Then the Tossa group. Oh yeah, they did the S and that Che, Ryu, Ribu, and Kenshiro. Not much to say about them. I don't remember the full performance. Ryu seems to be okay. It's whatever. I know that Ryu is a fan favorite, so hopefully we'll see him in a better light soon. And then, right, gonna skip over the bad ones. That's whatever. Even people got eliminated. Then the other Twasso group with Shu Chingui. I've rewatched that a lot. I don't remember the full performance of that one. If there was, because my criticism of that performance was that they didn't sing basically at all. We only saw them dancing, and the dancing was great, but I don't remember if the full performance had more singing or not. Anyway, I still love Shui Chungui. He's adorable and super, super talented, like him. And then Kang Woo-jin, who did the Boa song, Atlantis Princess. That's another performance that I never skip. I absolutely adore him. Oh yeah, he's been 07. Okay, yeah. Kang Woo-jin, he's debuting. He's the other one who was the apparently a Wake One trainee, but then he left or something. There was something his musical style didn't fit with that, whatever. So he was kind of under Wake One, kind of not. I don't care about that. And then the very, very group, I've seen it a few times now. I sometimes skip it, or sometimes before after Kangujin is when I turn off the episode sometimes. Because the last two performances are technically very good, but they are kind of boring to me. Even the last performance with actually both of these had someone that I voted for. I voted for Donghan from Very Very and Sangwon from No Doubt, the last group, but I don't know how long I'll keep. I don't think I'll keep voting for Donghan anymore. I don't even know why he made it into my top 8. He was one of my pre-show picks, but I don't know why. I didn't love him that much, but sure. And Sungwon was really talented and I really liked him, but I don't know why. Something about that performance. Maybe it's just that it's so perfect that there's sort of nothing to watch. I don't know. But they're good. And the Leo thing, I did a bit more research about the Leo thing. I've read the lyrics in question, right? The lyrics that that the controversy happened over. I read the context behind the lyrics, that they were sort of like he took some lyrics from like an American rapper, and there was context behind those lyrics, but the context did not translate at all. Um, and also, there were some people trying to defend Leo by going like, "Oh, he was only 19 when that happened." So that actually makes it worse for me as someone who is currently 19 and would absolutely never say some shit like that, even when I was trying to be hip hop tough. I mean, I'd never do that anyway, but so I still don't know how I feel about Leo. I think there is a very, very high chance that he ends up making it in the final lineup. So I guess I don't know. We'll just see how I feel about him going forward. I don't know. I don't know. So my oh, and then quickly addressing the thing of me voting, because I started the last episode by going, my two criteria are I'm not voting for anyone who's a minor and anyone who's in a group currently. And then I threw those out of the window and I voted for two people who are in groups currently, and 3 minors. So 5 out of 8 of my top 8 were in the criteria that I try to follow. I've thought a little bit about the thing of should I vote for the minors or not. It's a really complicated subject, I think, because obviously the easy answer would be just to say, well, no minors should ever debut. But then there's also the thing of I feel like there's a 99% chance that at least one minor is going to debut in this group, and trying to ignore that fact is kind of dumb. But should I contribute to that, or should I try to be on sort of moral high ground of still not voting for the kids? I don't know. I haven't been able to come to a conclusion on my own. I applaud anyone who doesn't vote for any of the minors. I hope that going forward I see more adults who I like, and so naturally I'll be able to filter the minors out. But right now, like, Shui and Yomya-chan especially are like my top 2 probably. I really love them. I feel a little bit better about Yomya-chan because he is 17, so like he's closer. But Shui is 15. He's very young. I don't. I technically I don't want a 15-year-old in the group, but I really love him. I don't know. I'm conflicted. I'd love to hear the thoughts of everyone on this whole thing. I mean, I've heard the thoughts of a few people now through reactions and things like that, but it's just really complicated, I think, and right now I can't tackle this whole thing, otherwise we would be here for 5 hours instead of the 3.5 that we probably will be here for. So yeah, my hot take is that I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm young and stupid and dumb, and I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe after this episode I'll have so many new favorites that I won't even need to vote for the children. So just as a refresher, my previous top 8 was 1. Kim Chun-so, 2. Kim Tae-cho, 3. Xu Qingwei, 4. Yomya-chan, 5. Kang Woo-jin, 6. Lee Sang-won, 7. Lee Dong-hun, and 8. So-won. So there's 2 people who haven't performed yet, who I'm guessing we're gonna see in this episode, Chun-so and So-won. Yeah, I guess we'll see how much it changes after this episode. Okay, this is my new page. I need to start my episode 2 note taking. Where is my pen? Here. How did I do that? Okay, over. Up. 2. You're gonna have to keep dealing with the pauses of me writing because I'm not editing those videos. That would, it would break me. Water break. Take a sip of water. You as well. Let's drink together. Hey, cheers. Wow, 20-minute YAP sesh. How nice. I think that's all that I had to say. If I remember something else, oh, just as a note to myself, I did find out about another controversy as well, but that's in C group, so I'm gonna mention that in the beginning of C Planet episode 2. I didn't hear of any other ones in K group, so I don't think there's anything else that I need to address. Correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, let me know of anything else that I need to know in the comments of your opinions on anything, just so, you know, the more opinions I hear of other people, the... Not that I'm, like, completely influenced by other people's opinions, right, but I take it into account to form my own opinion, right? We don't need to agree on absolutely everything as long as we can keep the conversation respectful, of course. Sure. 20-minute jam session. Let's go to episode 2. It's episode 3 here, but it is episode 2. Right, we are starting with the rankings.
지금부터 보이스 투 플래닛 첫 번째 글로벌 투표의 중간 현황을
Oh, also the
공개합니다.
vote's closed, so my votes don't matter anymore. The vote closed like a couple hours after the episode aired last night, which I couldn't even watch it yesterday, so... Do I know anyone from here? No? No. No, Huichin I think was in MCND. That sounds familiar. Rion, I remember he was in the Wake 1 global group. Kenshiro, I think... No, that was Rensha. Who's Kenshiro? Oh, Kenshiro was in the other Tuasa group with Chue Ryu. I don't know how to say it. Ryan is 43, wow. Song Minjae was also in MCND. Rensha, 36. Hana June I'm also really excited for. I love his name. I love the name June.